All right, this is Chad and Dalton from Coyote Classics here in Greene, Iowa, and we're back with another beautiful, beautiful Pontiac. This is a 1972 Pontiac Formula 350, really a resto mod. It's got four-wheel disc brakes, vintage air, numbers matching 350 that's been rebuilt and runs like a top.
Great car. Power windows. We'll get to that in a little bit. I'm going to correct you a little bit. It's factory air.
Factory air? Guess we'll find out.
All right, check it out. Yeah, it's factory air car, AM, FM, original radio, just a fantastic car, and the clock even works, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous restoration, and it is directed. It is factory air, and the air conditioning works. So the paint job on this gorgeous Pontiac is absolutely almost flawless. And we're going to point out just a couple little things on this real deal Formula numbers matching motor. We went ahead and decoded that, numbers matching 350. Does have an Underbody carburetor and intake. Other than that, pretty much bone stock engine. Power steering, four-wheel disc brakes, a fantastic automobile. Now it's got the hood pins, but they're pretty much just for look, because all the latches and stuff are already there. So we have some little problems at the very front of this car. We have just a little chip right here, and your typical one crack on each side of the fiberglass nose here, and two little ones right here.
That's why we say almost perfect.
Yeah, that is it, you guys. I mean, this car, the paint job on this car is gorgeous.
Yeah, and real quick before I forget, go to the website coyoteclassics.com. The link's in the description. The underneath of this car is immaculate, and I was just underneath it actually today. Everything's new, all the body mounts, all the bushings, all new underneath there, and it's finished in a real high gloss red oxy primer. Beautiful car.
Yeah, rotisserie restoration, and done very nicely. This car's got a great stance as well. PMD rallies are brand new. Redline tires, radials. Gaps are really nice here on the door. Back of the hood sits up just a little bit. It does here right in the middle as well. Pretty typical of your Formula fiberglass hoods. I say fiberglass, but they're steel framed with a fiberglass insert. This is how they came from the factory. Door gap is really nice. The back of the door is awesome. It's got a couple little, we drove it here through the dirt, so it's got a couple little specks of dirt right there. Over the wheel wells is excellent as well. Like Dalton pointed out, four-wheel disc brakes. As we look in here, the inner fenders are excellent. You can see the red oxy primer. All the new felts, rubbers.
I kind of want to point out the windows because this is so damn cool. I've seen it done on maybe a couple cars we've had in the last year or so, but it looks like, you know, original crank windows, but push down, they work fabulously. It's really neat.
It's a great idea. The paint on the door jambs. Fantastic. Rust-free doors, rust-free car in general. Every piece of this car was taken apart, painted, all put back together. None of the bolts have any overspray or nothing like that on them. The seats are super comfortable as well. They did choose to go ahead and get rid of the original seats just to, like I said, it's kind of a resto mod just for comfort. And they're just way better. They got the bolster and the headrest and everything on them. Dash pad is excellent, along with the paint on the top of the dash. It's got the Sirius XM antenna there, Sony in here, CD, and it's got the factory AM FM that looks gorgeous here in the dash.
And then this is for like an aux, you can plug your USB in, nice. Plug your phone in.
Oh, you also have a remote with a little piece of Velcro right here. So open this up, listen to tunes, use the remote, and go from there. Air conditioning works. Just feel it kick right in right there.
Even the clock works, which I found awesome.
No factory tack car in this 350 Formula. The wood grain on the dash is excellent. Steering wheel is like new as well. Paint on the column is good. Really, really nice car. A few wrinkles in the headliner. If I'm going to pick anything apart on it, the headliner could be stretched a little better.
It's always so tough when you're putting in these aftermarket headliners, unless you've done hundreds of them. you know, most of the time when you put a new one in, it tends to look like that.
Laser straight, show quality paint job on this Goldberg. The chrome tail lights, chrome on the tail lights, all that is in excellent condition. If you're looking for a show quality Firebird Formula, I don't think you guys are going to find one much neater than this one.
Such a beautiful color too. It's got like house colors or something. It's unique. And I wish the sun was out. There's a lot of flake in there too. It's really pretty.
You can kind of get the glimpse here, and if you go to our pictures on our website, you'll see it too with the sun out on it. We got two more Pontiacs sitting over there coming for videos, man. 1970, another Formula. That's a Spree Formula clone. This is a real 72 Formula. And we got a 66 GTO convertible coming on board. Wow, this is like our 9th video of the day. So we're gonna be putting a lot of cool muscle cars on our website, coyoteclassics.com, for you guys to all check out and hopefully buy. Oil pressure, 60 pounds, good oil pressure. Temperature gauge is working great too. It's running about 195. 15,073 miles on the odometer. I'm guessing it's 115. Amp gauge works, gas gauge works. We talked about the air, horn. Also tilt column, which is very nice to have in a muscle car.
I love the seats. Like I said, a lot of room. You got the high backs. They're bolstered. You don't slide around like you would in the factory seat.
Very comfortable. This car's got a great stance as well, as far as it's just nice and level, low.
Yep.
With that stance, unfortunately, sometimes you have just a few little tire rubs or something like that.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know if this one's got it, but usually to get a car that looks this cool and badass, sometimes you have to deal with some of that.
Yeah. And right now, some of that little like squeaking you're hearing is, we had Justin look at it. All the bushings and everything is brand new suspension. So you know,
neoprenes,
yeah,
too, so that's
neoprene. So you know, until you get them wore in a little bit, you might have a squeak or something when you hit a bump.
This car sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
Hope it brakes good.
Brakes perfect.
Four-wheel disc brakes, nice
even like the paint and stuff on the interior trim pieces, a really glossy, nice finish.
Looks like they did all the glass too. I mean, look at the windshield, how nice and clean that is.
Yeah.
Same with back glass. I mean, it's all brand new.
Nice smooth shift
For a
there.
350, for a 72 350, this thing runs pretty hard, though.
Yeah, it does. 7 mile an hour.
Yeah, 70 and shifted up into third, getting all the way into it. There isn't nothing going down the road. There's no tire rub, there's no squeaks, nothing.
Front end seems to be really tight too.
Yeah, everything's completely restored on it. It's just gorgeous shape. I love looking over the hood and seeing that Formula dual snorkel sitting out there.
Yeah, I do too.
So cool. And then a 72. We've had a lot of like 75 or 76, 77 models, but to have a 70 and 72 Formulas at the same time is pretty damn unique.
I feel like you don't see many 72s.
No.
I know for
70s for that
Chevrolet,
matter.
you know, 72 Camaros, you don't come by them very often because they had a lot of strikes and stuff that year, but Pontiac's a different story.
Yeah, the brakes work great on it. And that guy about got smoked.
By the Lafaretto truck. Now what do we got going on here?
I guess this is only in Greene, Iowa, guys.
Yeah.
We're not in the big cities anymore.
No stoplights.
The guy trying to deliver the fresh foods up down south and don't have time to wait.
No. Just got to keep it trucking.
As far as our steering goes, very, very nice and tight. Amp gauge, gas gauge, oil pressure going down the road is about 65 pounds. Temperature gauge is working great as well.
love hearing those floor barrels open up.
Looks like we're gonna get to the restaurant before him.
Yeah, this thing moves. Yeah, I like this car a lot.
80, I mean, there's not a vibration or not nothing at 80, 85 mile an hour. Kick down, still kicks in down at 80 mile an hour. Look at that.
It drives itself.
It's a nice car. Very, very nice car. You can tell everything is new on the suspension. I mean, the steering gear, everything is great on it.
Yeah, beautiful car. Check it out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. It's a beautiful car. Link's in the description.